Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Rebecca in Progress. If you are new here, this is a little corner of the internet where I talk honestly about being a creative who is still figuring things out in real time. I had originally wanted this episode to come out in early January. It is now mid-February, and honestly, that is so on brand for me to take forever to do something. But instead of disappointing myself and not posting this and taking the L, I'm still going to make this video. So basically, I'm really big on New Year's resolutions and goals, and I find it just kind of gives me some purpose. And this episode is about my creative goals in 2026. I have tons of other personal goals, but boring. This is a creative pod, so we're talking creative stuff. All of these goals are about following through and becoming the artist and the person that I want to. But before we get into my goals, we have to talk a little about 2025. We just have to reflect, all right? 2025 was a really meaningful creative year for me. It was the year I started this podcast. It was the year that I got a grant. It was the year that I made my first solo exhibition that was all new creative work. It was the year I produced a big video. It was the year that I practiced a lot of video. And it was also the year that I started interviewing people. 2025 was the year I created thoughtful, intentional work and saw it through. But at the same time, there were a lot of areas that I didn't show up in the way that I wanted to. I had goals around making more content that I just didn't do. So going into 2026, this isn't about reinventing myself. It's about consistency. It is about doing the things I keep saying I want to do. So let's get into my 2026 goals. The first one is really simple and very clear. I want to make one YouTube video or podcast episode per month. I had a similar goal last year, and I did not reach it at all. I think the goal was to make 2 podcasts or videos a month, and I did 6. So the problem was it wasn't an issue about not knowing how to do it. I have all the skills. I have all the equipment. I have not all, but a lot of the experience. And I've also dreamed about like doing this. This is like a dream, a goal of mine to be a YouTuber and do this kind of stuff. So the challenge isn't about the skill level and the know-how. It's about consistency and actually doing something. With that said, I've actually started this year in a new way. I posted a vlog in January. It was my first ever vlog. The video is up on my YouTube channel. I documented my twice-a-year Ocrevus dose that helps me manage my multiple sclerosis. I have wanted to share that story for years other than just an Instagram post. And I'm 6 years into this MS journey, and this was the first time I actually did it. I'm really excited about it, but I also had gotten a new vlogging camera. And so I, forcing myself to vlog a little bit, but that is not the point. I never did a vlog before, and it was scary and it was unfamiliar, but I did it, and I'm counting it as one of my monthly videos, even if it was only like 5 minutes long. So we're starting stuff. More than anything, this goal is about doing something for myself. It's not really about the numbers or like the algorithms or even the validation. It's because I'm a storyteller, and this is one of the ways that I want to tell stories. I love to talk, so obviously I should be doing it in front of a camera. And if those stories aren't always artsy based, they can be a little vlog. I want to do product reviews, then like so be it. I just want to make content. My second goal is to produce at least 6 new pieces of photography artwork this year. Most of my photography just in general is like documentary stuff. And even in my every previous exhibition I've ever had has just been me like curating basically my own collection. Faces of the Stony Shore, which is the photo project I did this last year, it was completely different. It was all new bodies of work. It was intentional. It was planned out. It was set up in a very specific way. It wasn't me documenting stuff. It was me actually going out there and putting together that story. And I want to keep building on that. I want to continue working on that project if I can. There's still tons of people I want to do in that project. But there's also other projects I've imagined forever, and I really want to start them. So my main two ideas is, one, I want to do a project that centers around Shinnecock hair, because I believe that hair holds so much identity and history and individuality, and everybody's hair on the reservation is so different. So I want to talk about that. And then another idea that I wanted to do focused on like cultural jewelry and stuff like that, and how people wear it in their contemporary everyday life. I really love seeing how people wear like wampum and turquoise and medallions and big giant beaded earrings in their daily life. There was an episode of Rutherford Falls where Michael Grey Eyes, I think he was like a chairman or something, he was choosing like which bolo tie to wear with his suit for a press conference. And I just want to know like other people's thought processes behind that. Like, what are their collections look like? What are their favorite pieces? So I think that'd be really fun. And that is one that would definitely benefit from video. So I also just want to add more video into my projects. Faces of the Stony Shore did have a pretty big video component, but I just haven't shared them. They're just sitting on my hard drive doing nothing. I use the videos to write the captions for the photos, but the original plan was to actually post those videos separately on their own. I just didn't do it because I wasn't happy with them. So this year for these video projects, I do want to spend more time setting them up, being more comfortable with them, just producing something that I feel more confident in sharing. So this second goal isn't just about producing a bunch of work. It's about like leaning into being an artist and creating some thoughtful, beautiful work that showcases my people in new and interesting ways. My third goal is to rebrand my photography business in a more intentional direction. Basically, I do everything. I do weddings, family portraits, events, headshots, just like whatever. I do all kinds of stuff. And I always will be doing that stuff, but I do want to focus and have my focus be just a little bit more clearer. I want to position myself as a trusted photographer for cultural institutions and nonprofits and art spaces and all that kind of like interesting things. They are my favorite things to take photos of, and I do a lot of that anyway. I am the communication director for the Shinnecock Indian Nation, so I do all the photos and video up for that. But in the last few years, I worked with a lot of really great organizations, including Bridgehampton Child Care and Recreation Center, Ma's House and BIPOC Studio, Guild Hall, Southampton Arts Center, NAACP Eastern Long Island Branch, First Nations Performing Arts, the Luce Center, Long Island Children's Museum. So those are a bunch of places I've worked with. I really loved it. I want to do more of that. So I'm not really starting from zero. It's really about recognizing the lane that I'm in and then choosing to step into it more fully. Right now I'm taking this online seminar class about building a successful photography business, and a big theme in that is niching down. So not, instead of being in everything, do exactly what I said, photography for cultural institutions, but also taking myself more seriously, because over the last few years, my photography income has gone exclusively into buying more gear, and I want this to be a real profitable side business that supplements my income. Basically, I would just want to do more creative work full time. I'm not trying to complain about my current job duties, but I also don't want to do that forever. I really want my next career to be something I really love. And what I really love is taking these photos for gatherings and having them be what I feel like is very important photos to tell a story that these places want to tell. The goal is about taking myself seriously so that other people will also take me seriously. And that's the plan. So really up this, get through that seminar. I got like 12 more lessons and a bunch of work to do, and I'm really excited about it. My fourth goal is to just kind of reconnect with movies and writing about them. So basically, I want to watch one movie a week and write about it. I have a degree in cinema and cultural studies, and I haven't really used that part of my brain in a really long time. I watch a lot of movies. Last year, I made a conscious choice to watch more films because I haven't been doing that for as much as I wish to. And basically, my major that I graduated with, cinema and cultural studies, trained me to analyze themes and meanings, but not really to like casually write a review on a movie. So actually this concept of writing reviews is going to be a new skill for me. In the beginning, I had planned on writing more like academic style essays like I did in college. They were going to be short, maybe like 500 words. I tried. I got really bored halfway through. I was writing an essay connecting Misery and Game of Thrones. It was great, but I did not finish it, and I will not finish it because I do not want to finish it. So I'm just trying to make it be a little bit more simpler, a little bit more fun. Writing longer reviews on Letterboxd is basically what I'm trying to do here. So I want to focus on like what the film was doing, what it was saying, and what I thought about it. For example, yesterday I watched Eternity. I loved it, and I really easily could have just written a really silly joke about like anything in the movie. It was really so many things I could have made a joke about, but instead I really wrote a lot about what I loved about it and why I love those things. I'm still trying to be light and fun, but making myself think about it and write about it isn't something I've done for a really long time. It's not even about the movies or the TV necessarily. It's just about strengthening my writing voice and connecting with that creative language that I used to feel very fluent with and I'm not as much. And getting to write that kind of way is really fun. It's something I haven't done in a long time, and I've missed it. My Letterboxd is rbeks. Follow me on there. My final creative goal, or at least what's on my head right now, who knows what will happen later on in the year, is I want to be a little bit more I want to be a little bit more intentional about social media. I just want to have a little bit more focus in it, less just like turning on the camera and talking into it, and more focused on some stuff. It's a lot of lifestyle stuff. Fitness is really important to me. I'm trying to like improve my personal style. Just talking about living with multiple sclerosis, more content about media and culture and things like that, and the reality of being creative who's, you know, trying to grow as a person, as a creative, as a professional. There'll still be a lot of rants and ramblings because that's what I'm the best at and I love doing that, but I want an overall presence to feel a little bit more guided and purposeful. Plus, honestly, I want free stuff. Last year I got one publicity package. I'm really still surprised I managed to do that, and I've absolutely loved it. Oh my God, getting a package in the mail of a product that you want without having to pay for it is so cool, man. I just want to do more of that. So when I look at all of these goals all together, there's a really important theme here. And that theme isn't about productivity as much as it's about like consistency and trusting my creative voice and being able to do stuff. I just want to allow myself to continue to grow. Also in public without everything needing to be perfection. I just need to stop chasing perfection and start chasing like actual end products. Like it doesn't have to be perfect for it to go out, and giving myself permission also to like change the goals as the year goes on. Like I already did that with the film review, and I did that like 2 weeks into January, I changed my mind. Because like progress just is not linear. Okay. It's not. And this podcast is called Rebecca in Progress for a reason. One is because I couldn't think of a better name, but also because it's just a very good name for what's going on. So that is where I am now. That is the plan. That is the goal. This is me choosing to keep going and trying. If you are listening to this, I hope this encourages you to think about your own creative goals or just goals in general, whatever it looks like. Wherever you start, I wish you luck. And documenting your journey is also very fun, and I hope you document it somehow. And with that, thank you so much for being here, for listening to me, for caring about what I'm trying to do, and we will talk soon.